So, Brandon, it's just audio today, no video?
Yeah, just audio.
Okay, great. Let's get started. Welcome, everyone, to the Waldorf Astoria. I'm so excited to be giving shir here. Unbelievable. In the banquet hall.
Wow.
It's not really the Waldorf Astoria, in case you believed me. This is the Or Sameach Yeshiva. Okay, we're going to start discussing today ideas relating to the month of Elul. It's a little bit of a late start, but the Zman with Corona and all got a bit of a late start, so let us start catching up. So we're going to start with a concept which we are all familiar with. If I would ask you to draw for me a beautiful, let's say we were in the kindergarten, don't you love kindergarten? Didn't you love kindergarten?
I don't remember.
We should have a kindergarten reunion. We should do kindergarten again. What do you say? We get nice crayons, some nice markers. You know why? Because I always regret. I would like to do Teshuvah on my Rosh Hashanah picture that I did in kindergarten, because that was absolutely awful. Another thing we're going to have to do Teshuvah on. I don't think I did such a good job singing that Dip the Apple in the Honey song. You guys want to try to sing it again now? We're doing this our kindergarten reunion. We're all in kindergarten again, Dip the apple in the honey. Make a bracha loud and clear. I'll just shut up now because singing is not my thing. All right, back to business. Elul is all about shofar. Now, aside from Rosh Hashanah, we blow the shofar actually every day of Elul, except Shabbos, of course. Now, what is really so unique and special about the shofar? Why are we blowing it in the month of Elul? Whether you're Ashkenaz or Sephardic, there is the idea to blow the shofar. The Sephardim blow it as part of Slichot. Remember, the Sephardim say Slichot officially. The minhag is to say it from all of Elul up until Yom Kippur, 40 days of Slichot, so to speak. And the Ashkenazim don't necessarily do Slichot, but they do blow the shofar every day, and they say a special mizmor. So what's the shofar all about? So we have an idea that when you blow the shofar, it's supposed to wake people up. So we should have shofar alarm clocks. That might be good. That's essentially what an alarm clock is, a loud noise to wake you up. So what's the shofar? The shofar is this loud noise that's meant to wake us up. But again, excellent. But we're talking about a spiritual awakening. The shofar is supposed to have an ability to spiritually wake us up. That's why they blew the shofar in the desert. When the Jewish people were in the desert, they blew the shofar, and the Midrash talks about the rabbis having some kind of a takana to blow the shofar in order to help us to do Teshuvah. So what is it about the shofar that is going to help us reach this effect? So the verse in the Tanakh says that, implies that if we will hear the shofar blow in the city, will we not all be fearful? The people will definitely be fearful when they hear the shofar blowing. It's supposed to remind us of Hashem, to remind us of the king, the Melech. Beautiful idea relating to the shofar is brought by the Hasidic masters. I believe the Baal HaTanya is where I saw this idea, but it could be others echo the same point. He essentially discusses how the shofar itself is a mechanism. When you blow the shofar, it's not about talking. It's something that is deeper or beyond words. When we usually communicate, we communicate with words. But he says that the shofar is an expression of the heart above words. It's not garbed in a message of words, but a message of a outpouring or a crying of the heart. Tza'aka deliba. And this is interesting because I think we can all relate. There are some times when we feel in such a way we can't find the words to express it. It's something burning inside, something hurting inside. And we have to get it out, and there's an idea of this scream, tza'aka. Tza'aka is also one of the terms used for prayer, for a very deep prayer to Hashem, tza'aka, a crying out, a screaming. And that's what we have to let out from within us. Now, what this reminds me of is what we call this sweet and sour, this pleasure, but at the same time the difficulty in our job in serving Hashem and our day-to-day life. We go through ups and downs. And when we come to the end of the year, Elul, so what we do is we look back, and what do we see? We see sometimes a story that we're not so happy about. We might see parts of the story that we're happy about. And the idea is facing that reality and not hiding from it. Especially face the music. We have to turn within ourselves and look at who we really are and what we really are. And Elul is about taking an accounting of what we didn't accomplish, what we failed at. But what I'd like to do is really, kind of temper this with a very positive and a very beautiful message. Because what is that feeling of negativity, of remorse, of saddened? We're sad on some level. When I look back at my year and I see all of the potential that was wasted or lost, or even things that were ruined, it makes me feel bad. It makes me feel sad. It brings out that inner crying, that tza'aka, that crying of the heart. That cry is motivated by a deep, deep desire to be connected, to do better. That's positive. That's very positive. So the cry of the shofar is a cry from the depths of our being, telling Hashem, we want to be with you. We want to do for you in such a beautiful, perfect way. But ultimately, the reality is that we are human beings, frail human beings with flaws and shortcomings. And in the end, all that desire within didn't come out the way I hoped. Didn't come out the way I imagined. It came out the way it came out. And so I think a beautiful and a very empowering thing to take away is that it's not about being perfect. It's about wanting to be for Hashem.